Welcome back to the channel, guys and girls, and welcome back to Carlo's very different Mark 7 Fiesta ST180. You've seen this car before, that viewers on the channel. He actually, before I forget, Timmy, Carlo has his own channel as well. Alright, so check him out, Charlie Victor 007. We'll put the link down below so you can see that. But yeah, please follow him. Like and subscribe, all the business on that side of it. Alright, he's a great guy, Carlo, and very enthusiastic, and does a lot of it himself. Certain things that he doesn't feel confident about doing, hence why the car's here with us. We'll be doing it. Alright, so it's about working together. Great. So last time I was in, came in for, it already runs RT330, okay, which is superb. It's what we would recommend. So in addition to that, and had our Simpson race manifold, and our catch can setup with the different setup with the breather side of things. Okay, our crossover pipe, we had to have this pipe fabricated to suit, because he wanted to remain keep intact the Revo cone filler, which again is different than what everybody else is doing that we've done. And of course all the heat management to go with it, as you can see. There's quite a lot of that work involved with that, Timmy, isn't it?
Yep.
A few little bits just need to be re-secured there, but that's why it's back here for us to do post checks on what we've done. So what's it in for this time? He's not messing around. We're having the, well, as you can see that, Timmy, might be easier just to scroll down on the scroll down and
yep.
zoom in. Yeah. So Carlo's already got the Revo Alcon big brake kit on front, which is what we used to run on the little beast. Okay, which is a 4-pot mono caliper cast. He runs DS2500 race pads in that, and 332mm discs, which are absolutely fine, no problem at all with that. We ran it on a little beast, impressive, so no negatives about that. Whilst it was here last time having that done, we sent the discs away because he was getting a little bit of vibration, a bit of judder, so we sent the discs away to our colleagues at High Spec, and then they resurfaced them for us. Alright, skin them, whatever you want to call it. Alright, they come back like new. We put a fresh set of DS2500 race pads in it, and sorted. Alright, he's done one track day before all this virus business and the lockdown. We managed to get onto Castle Combe. It was pouring rain. Check it out on this video, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so we don't hang around in it. He's quite confident behind the wheel, which is really good. And he wants to just concentrate not on the power. He's quite happy with the way it delivers the power, but he wants to concentrate on a better brake setup, okay, especially where it involves the rears. So with our big brake kit, yes, you can just put the fronts on, okay. Really advisable to do the whole lot. So you can do that. It'd be a bit like this, but just a different setup, 8-piston progressive calipers, 340mm disc. Yes, more braking power, of course, more impressive. Of course it is. It's it'd be wrong for me to say it's not. Although the Revo setup is fantastic, this is just something. The main reason why we've done it, as I've said before on our videos that the viewers have been watching, we wanted to have something a bit more customizable to the individual, all right, which means that you can choose any colour that you want with regards to the powder coating. If it's something that's the colour that's not the standard colour, like red, yellow, black, blue, I think there's certain colours which are standard, okay, which is there's no extra real charge for that. But if you want something out of the ordinary, like white or orange, like we run on the RS, or blue, a lighter blue, then yes, you can have that, but obviously it's extra cost involved with that, because it's a bit of like it's customization, different disc finishes, etc, right? So it is a bit different, right? And that's why we've done it. And the rears are completely different, because nobody else that I know of in the world does an optional rear kit like we do. Carbon brake, 315mm disc on the back. The bell is, you can have a spaceship bit into the bell, so it's individual to each car, right? Again, 4-pot caliper, but my calipers are billet, all right? They're billet not a casting, mono, it's billet, all right? Which is, some people go cast group, some people go billet group, but ours are billet alley, alright. Race Red, Mark 7, been on the channel a few times. Tim's works very closely with us, does all our social media and all our graphic designing, etc. Won't bore you with that, right? But anyway, that's what he does, and you've seen him on the channel a few times. He's got a cracking Race Red one. It's pretty much the same sort of spec as the little beast, to be fair, to a certain extent. Alright, he's got the red kit, so that's what Carlo's going to go for. Quite a bit brighter red. It'd be like this. I mean, our red kit is like the red on here. The Regal calipers, the Alcon ones, are a bit of a deeper red. Alright, so they're coming off, and he'll have the same as what Tim's having. The only difference will be is the disc finish. He's going to have race screw finish, which is basically the most common one, which is just a straight groove on the front and the rear. Okay. DS2500 race pads front and rear. We'll use the Super Formula Barolo fluid, which we've already showed you that before. Alright, take the handbrake lever out. It's all stripped out anyway, the car will show you that in a sec. And yeah, that's right, handbrake. So it'll be very much like Tim, just stripped out, or that side of it more so like the little piece really, because Mars is stripped out in it. Alright, so really excited to do that. The other thing we're going to do is put our, we've redesigned things with the brake duct kit, which goes in through, so you lose the front fog light. So at the moment, look, you've got a big hole there, nothing in there. Alright, so basically what we do is we've designed our own 3D printed trumpets, which bond into there, and it's really neat, and then the pipe run off that, the front bracketry side of it, straight to the brakes, like you've already seen before, but we've just modified it a bit. This was one of the first ones of our engine cover that Carlo had fitted. It wasn't quite finished, but he wanted, we put it on there, just said to him, like, test it, see what it's like. But we've redesigned that now. This is another reason, whilst he's here, we redesigned that. So, as you can see, look, alright, we've redesigned it with regards to, now these are made for us by Julian, Proform Engineering, obviously, alright. All laser cut. We're fortunate here because we've got a company called Laser Industries, which that's what we do, laser cutting. All right, so that's an advantage. Okay, so same sort of setup as you can see. Engineered by Proform, powered by MJP. That's what we've got set in the system. We can change that to, you can customize it to whatever you want. But obviously there's extra cost involved with that because it means creating something new. That now, right? You might be asking, what's that for? Well, that's a cover on your high pressure fuel pump, which sits, you can see it there, look, Timmy. Right, on the back of Carlo's, right, it's just got a bit of embossed heat shield. So like this heat shield here, on the back there, it's all fully enclosed, so we've just used that and then go taped it on the top, because where the manifold is, so you've got the high pressure fuel pump there, and then obviously the feed pipe comes out in like a half moon, yeah?
Yep.
And sticks out. So if you can imagine, it goes into there, look. Alright. So it's just a shielding, so that's fixed now. So what we do now, this will be prepped and completely, we use, Hammerite. We've used a Hammerite heat resistant paint, which is pretty cool. That's what they use around the fireplaces in matte form, that's what that is. Okay, it looks pretty cool. When you put your fingers on it, it just wipes off. It's really good. So I think if it can withstand the heat of a real open coal fire or log fire, to me.
Yeah.
It's real on here, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright, so we've had that. We'll etch prime it all and then give it quite a few layers of the Hammerite heat resistant paint. The other thing which we've done is, apart from that, is opened up these holes here. It's all about evolving it and making sure that, so we get more adjustability. That's been made bigger, as you can see, than that, because it gives us more room around where your feed goes into the top of the rocker cover. Alright, where you breather side of it. So yeah, it's just an evolution of that. And the other thing which we've done, I'll just put that back down there, is obviously these plates are, look, this is your plates to cover here, look. So obviously, like dropping it on the floor there, to me, yeah?
Yep.
So obviously under there, that gets painted, yeah, same thing, and then self-explanatory. That one there is, that one there's for there, that one there's for there, yeah? So if you can imagine that goes on the side, paint that, bond it up underneath, and it shows through like that to me, yeah?
Yep.
Alright. This is the other modification that we've done. So we're going to use the original engine cover peg, which is there, look. See it?
Yep.
So if you can imagine, on this one, we'll bond that onto there, on the side, look. Whatever angle's got to go at, yeah. And use the original, yeah?
Yep.
Go through there, and that'll suck onto there, lovely, like the original does. And stabilise it, no vibration. Alright, so it's just a modified, evolution of that one, really. Alright, so I think we've already done it on Malcolm's, haven't we?
Yeah.
So Malcolm's already got it, and it just keeps it, instead of it doing this, it's just dead still then. You want a little bit of flex here, and obviously that's why we made that hole a bit bigger around there, so it's just got, it just gives it that air gap around it, yeah? Not that sort of hair gap, yeah? You know what I mean, didn't you?
Yeah.
Timmy, laughing about my hair, yeah? And then viewers, look, feel free to comments down below of comments about my hair. That's absolutely fine. Hey, look, I've heard it all. I've heard it all before. Been in the game a long time. It's doesn't matter. Lord Farquaad. Yeah, you know who he is, don't you?
Yep.
Where's he off?
Let the viewers comment down below.
That's right. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, we've had it all, haven't we? It's who did you say I look like? Off the Star Wars. So what was it?
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
When we had the long hair.
Yeah, so it would all slick back, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright mate, do you want me to quickly show the viewers, yeah?
No.
You don't want me?
No.
I'll do it quickly, look.
No.
Hey, I thought I'd go for the slick back. Right, anyway, so back on the CARLO. So let's have a little wander around here for a second. Yeah. Right, so what CARLO's done is, as you can see, he's stripped it out. He didn't fit the roll cage. That was fitted for him. The company done that up further on there. Not sure where, but not too far from where CARLO lives in Devon. All right. So he's done a lot of it himself with a dash strip out and all this sort of stuff, and some of all the carpets, and he fitted the seats himself. You can see all this on his channel, on his YouTube channel. Like I said, Charlie Victor 007, all one word, no spacing, and you'll be able to see, with the problems he had with the steering wheel side of things, and he'll explain all, the little bits he's done around the Italian bit is obviously CARLO. I mean, it says on the side of it, CARLO Vitesse, that's his name, and his Italian connection there. All right. So, and if you're wondering why, it's got a Tombe on there, that's his one of his child heroes, who's also Italian. So, I think that's pretty good. He's not bothered about it. He puts on his car what he wants, and that's what makes him happy. And get on him. Fair play to him. Great. Well done, CARLO. Right. So, as you can scan down there, look, Timmy. So he's got the old fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
So he's not messing around. He does it all properly. He's got his rigs up all his data logging and lap timer and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, when we get so obviously the handbrake lever will be gone. Then what we'll do is the little jack plug there. Look, we use that for the button. So the parking brake button will be there. That'll stay, so he doesn't lose that. Get rid of the handle. He doesn't need it anymore. It's all stripped out anyway. And yeah, he'll still have his 12-volt supply and all that sort of stuff. But even though we've got we'll still be taking out the seats, because even though, well, it'll be the passenger seat, won't it? So even though it's all stripped out, I still need to do that because it still needs to be tagged in. And because it's not, well, there's no carpets to hide it under, Tim, either.
No.
So what I'll have to do is just do it nice and super neat with proper adhesive tags, little cable ties, and but you'll see what we'll do, and it'll be really, really neat. And up to the power supply and all that sort of stuff, and the cables will drop down where that rubber grommet is there, Timmy, down to the fuel pump, the in pump tank, with the feed to that, and the loom down through there. So yes, it will look awesome. But with regards to, it wasn't just a case of all of that kit up, we know which one it is, but we got an idea, but it's all to do with the wheels. So CARLO's got Pro Race 3s, I think they are, the Team Dynamics ones, which are very generous on the spoke clearance, so you ain't got no worries there. This is just, you know, initial part, just taking it apart, and then we'll just do the test fit and show you what we're doing. And we've got the disc on, we'll show you the difference, put the disc together, show you the difference on that. Yeah, and then as we go and whatever other things that we're doing on it, we test fit the rear, and then we'll eventually, when we get the new ones, we'll share it with you. You figure that to me? It's awesome. So, just moving on, we said about the test fit, that's what we've done. Right, so now we've used, these actually are off Monty's Black M Sport, which, you know, I don't just go ahead and use it as test fit. He's a good friend of mine. He knows that I'm using it as a test fit on CARLO's. But yeah, this kit will be for sale. All right, so anybody's interested in that, look us up. You know, give us a call, message, and then we can talk about that. But anyway, so yeah, so this is what we do: test fit it. These are obviously, you know, Pro Race 3s, 7x17 ET38, no spacer. All right, so if you look in.
Yeah, just add a little.
Yeah, and we'll show you the other side in a sec. So that's our upgrade setup, all right, as opposed to what you had on there before. So let's say a 340mm disc, 8-pot progressive piston caliper, DS24 race pads. That's in like grabber blue, which is all powder coated. Yeah, really pleased with that. Plenty of clearance on the spokes. You do get that on the Team Dynamics. Really generous on that. And he doesn't want it, he wants it, as you can see, look at the rear look to me. He looks down there, it's pretty good in it. So he doesn't want to, he wanted to keep it the same, which we'll show you on the other side in a sec. He didn't want to wide track it, everything like sticking out, all birch looking. Not into that, which is his own personal choice. Great, so that's what we'll do. So now we know that front kit is spot on. So we've already got that one logged in on our system for dimensions and data. Easy, right? So we've got obviously the rear next, we'll test with that, but I'm more sure that's going to follow along from the front. That's going to be bang on. That's purposely why we left this side as it is, because this has got the Revo set up, which I've already said, 332mm disc. It's got the hook groove finish, C groove, whatever you want to call it, and it's got DS24 race pads, similar to what we run in our setup, but obviously the pad in ours is bigger because of the surface area, and it's a slightly smaller disc, 4-pot instead of 8-pot, but nevertheless a really good brake setup. Down to personal choice really, but yeah, but that was just gives you an idea of one against the other. Okay, that shows us test fitting using Monty's to test fit, not so much the disc, just the bells and the way that it sits with the track. So, and it was perfect. So no real spacer, minimum spacer needed on that bell, because he's got 38 offset wheels, so there's quite a bit of meat on the back of the wheel anyway, compared to the standard wheel. So standard wheel is 47mm offset. So the higher the number, all right, on that side of it, the less you got on the back of the wheel. So if you got a 10 offset wheel, you got loads of meat on the back of it. So that's the way it works. So with that in mind, so it's like 9mm difference. Yeah, so he had that as a head start. So it clears lovely to me, doesn't it? Yeah. We put it on and well chuffed with it. Sent Carlo loads of pictures of the test fit, and he was well pleased with that. But that's what we said at the beginning of the video about our brakes. You can customise them. So we can do it to any specification wheel really. That's the sort of relationship we've got with Nick up at High Spec and his team up there. It's not like it takes a long time to work it out, but that's why having the car here is easy. We can't do that. I wouldn't do it over the phone, or somebody was asking me to supply them one of our brake kits on the data that they were giving me. I wouldn't do it. I would need to have the car here to make sure that it's correct, because, unless they were pretty serious about going by their own measurements, and that's up to them. But that's ordinarily that's what we would do to me, innit? I'd have the vehicle here so we can be sure then, and then I can say, yeah, I'm happy with that because I've actually physically tested it. All right, so that's the first part of this vid. Just to an intro really, just let you know what we're up to with Carlos. And as you can see, he's put some graphics on it himself. He just wanted to jazz it up a bit. But anyway, there's no point in me yapping on about what Carlos done on because you can see it all for yourself. Just go on to his channel, Charlie Victor 007, and you'll be able to follow him and you'll be able to see exactly what he's done. Everything that he's done on the car, even down to the wheels and doing this and doing that, it's on there. All right, cracking guy. Please go and have a look, and it's quite interesting actually. And I quite like the customers, and they don't actually do it for a living. It's completely different than what our situation. But they have a go, really keen, petrol head, and we're all for that. Okay, so we're all about working together in it, and if you get stuck, then give me a call, ask me, and I'll tell him if I know. If I don't know, I'll ask you to me.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And then if you don't know, well, we've had it to me, haven't we?
Yeah.
Basically. All right. Yeah. So that's it. Intro. Long intro, by the way, of what we're up to, and yeah, we'll crack on and get a nice little video together about this one. It'll be quite exciting. We'll take you through the process of what we're up to and what we're doing. Alright guys, girls, so yeah, we'll crack on with it.